So let's pick up a problem and try solving it with these steps. That is to understand what is that we are trying to do in that question. What is that we are trying to solve? Then break the problem and try to understand what are the components, how they are related and all of that, and identify what is unknown, what is known, describe the relationship in words, and translate them to mathematical expression. Okay, so the question is, Prithvi, he is making mastic pattern. He is making L shape in this manner. So each L shape, it takes up how many? 1 and 2. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. 2 mastics. We need to figure out the number of mastic used. So here the goal is a goal. That's the very first thing that we need to see. To define the to find the total number of mastic used. So let's break down the problem. That's the very first step. There are many ways of breaking down the problem. One of them is to take up specific scenarios and trying to see how the things are. So if I have 5 L shape, the number of mastics will be 5 into 2 or 2 into 5. I would like to go with this. If I have 7 of them, it will be 2 into 7, right? Because every mastic is taking 2. What if I have 45? Yes, 2 into 45. This can be something that you can think mentally. You can do it in your mind, or you can put it on the paper. You need not write so much, but yeah. So this can be done in the mind or as a rough work. I think you guys should start off as a rough work, okay? Now, what can you conclude from this? Well, it's mainly dependent on the number of mastics is mainly dependent on number of L shape. Number of L shape. And what else? It's twice the number of L shape. And it's twice number of L shape. Agree? Next, step 3. Identify the unknown quantity. Here, clearly the unknown quantity is, yes, n representing the number of L pattern. So, the number of L pattern can vary. Agree, guys? Next, I think about what is the known quantity. Yes, it is that each L shape takes 2 mastics. And now, how do you describe it? So more than this, I think we should start going with writing it. As in, let me explain, purely in words. So, total matchstick is given by two times the number of L shape. And then we will talk about, okay, times means multiplication. That's the operation that we are going with, or we can just write this symbol, multiplication. And 2 is number 2. And the number of L shape is n as per this statement. So 2 into n. And that would be our final mathematical expression. Right? This is one more representation of 2 into n. All of this we'll learn But yeah, see that's it. So now we can write as an extension, we can write a small code. How many L-shaped letter are we looking at? Say 5, and we have 10 as the answer. And as you can see, your mathematical expression, same expression is used over here. Number of pattern into 2, or I would like to go with 2 times of number of pattern. And this 2 will give us the same answer. 5. So answer is C. Can you see that? It's 10. The total number of matchstick for 5 pattern would be 10. Okay. So I'll just go with 2. And the number of matchstick is 4. So as you can see, 2 into number of pattern is also okay, or number of pattern into 2 is also okay. But standard is to write the number first, as in what number we know, and then the variable. That's the standard way to write. So guys, once more, we are making use of these steps to figure out how to come up with a mathematical expression. This will not be asked directly. Like in this case, find the total number of matchstick used. So it's an indirect scenario. So we don't know how many L shapes are there, but they are asking us to figure out the total number of matchsticks. And so basically we are figuring out a mathematical expression. So the steps that we need to undergo is, there are 6 steps. One is to understand what is that we are figuring out, break down how exactly, what are the things that is pushing the numbers around. Are there anything to be added, subtracted, multiplied, or divide? Just give a set of example and just a rough conclusion. With that rough conclusion, we will further break down. It's an extension of breaking down actually. So we will figure out what is unknown, what is known. For unknown, we'll give it a name. Then write a mathematical relationship in terms, purely in terms of expression, times and so on and so forth. And then translate it to a proper mathematical expression with variables. That is